This is the Texas High School Lacrosse League Championship weekend, brought to you by Game On Sports Production and Vista Bank. We'd like to thank our tournament sponsor, Vista Bank. Since 1912, Vista Bank has been putting people first. Isn't it time you had a banking partner that works as hard as you do? Vista Bank, entrepreneurs, banking entrepreneurs since 1912. Happy Mother's Day, everyone, and welcome to Highlander Stadium, home of the THSLL Championship weekend. Next up is the Class B Championship, your Keller Indians versus the Dallas Jesuit Rangers. Hello, everyone. I am Heckma Harrison alongside Jim Dixon. And Jim, when you do a tell of the tape like they do in heavyweight boxing, you'd see that you got two pretty big teams getting ready to face off in this Class B championship. And, boy, I couldn't be more excited about this next one.
Yeah, and these are two of the biggest squads we're going to see in this tournament. Jesuit, we saw them in action as far as their AA squad yesterday. And Keller, to say this is a large team is to compliment the Keller program, because this is a program that was having difficulty 3-4 years ago as realignment was occurring. They've made some changes, and they are swinging in a positive direction. And to have them in the state finals is quite a compliment to their program.
As you hear the fans for both of these squads, Dallas Jesuit in blue with gold trim. On the other side for the Keller Indians, all white, blue trim, white hats. They meet at the 50-yard line, number 64. Is Mason Kemp, and number 1, Brady Croft, will be in between the pipes. Well, so much for all the pleasantries. This game on.
It is, and away we go.
X guard down at the X for the Indians. And that's going to be a win for number 15, Colt Myers. And here we go. Mac Morgan, number 26, controlling the rock for, number 26 is Hudson Yeski. Yeski loses the rock. The Indians now going back the other way.
Well, and what you're going to find with Jesuit in particular, this team is composed of mostly freshmen, sophomores, with a few smattering of juniors, and Keller's not far off from that. Oh, nice lane movement.
Didn't want to interrupt you there, but Mason Doyle coming right out for the Indians, and they draw first blood not even a minute into the first quarter. Keller's already on the board.
Yeah, Doyle is somebody that they're going to have to account for on the Jesuit side. But as we're talking about this resurgence of this Keller program, a lot of freshmen, sophomores, juniors, a few seniors, but really more of a traditional program. Whereas Jesuit, these kids are playing well. They put them on a level to get them a lot of times, a lot of touches on the ball, whereas some of these kids will be playing up on the varsity AA or A squad and not seeing a lot of time. So they want these kids to nurture on a good level.
As they are trying to get the crisp passes here immediately for the Rangers in their first shot attempt, and that is number 24. Andrew Bino. And the before-mentioned number 24 for the Indians is Mason Doyle, the attackman. He is also going to the University of Tennessee. Making his way down the alley is number 17 for Dallas Jesuit. That's Gagliardi. Don't turn your head for just a second. I think we're in for a wild ride. And that's Andrew Benio with the score.
Yeah, I mean I'm trying to set the tone of the game a little bit, and these guys are going to just go for the jugular. So we'll get to know them as they play.
Yeah, that's on the go, on the move.
Yes,
is how this is going to happen. And we are back down at the face-off, and in a beautiful evening for lacrosse here in the Park Cities. Currently 73 degrees.
Evening, you're selling us short, Hedma. This afternoon.
I'm trying to get there already, I guess is what it is. Happy Mother's Day.
Well,
how about that?
And Jesuit is dictating the pace on the offensive front, and again, you'll see a lot of sophisticated personnel placement coming off the Jesuit side. And that's, I mean, again, feed that program that we saw yesterday, and you know they were set on their ear, so to speak, by Highland Park, and just a masterful game plan and execution from them.
I'm trying to work it to the opposite side over there, and Sam Shaner back working in the middle of the field.
Nice shot, just not enough pop through goal line extended. Really gave himself a narrow goal face and popped it off the pipes.
Yeski working his way back through, going back up top to Sam Shaner. Shaner with the dodge, had his hands free, thought about it, but elected to pull back.
Yeah, I saw that lane closing down, and Keller does a great job about shutting these lanes down with these poles.
I love what you pointed out on the Indians and their team. A bouncer rings the pipe from number 19, Colin Kowalewski. As the numbers over on the other side for the Indians really does show the participation that they're getting in the community now, with some changes at the coach, Justin Anderson, a former professional player, and another score, and that's number 68 for Keller, Ty Holdridge. He has a younger brother, Rex Holdridge, as well on the team, and 2-1 with 7:35 in the first.
Yeah, I mean, this looks to me to be just a haymaker fest.
Are we going to get a little opportunity to catch a breath a little bit here? And
no, not today.
Fast and furious. Here we go.
Well, on the series, on Jesuit series before, there was a shot that rang the pipes, and from our angle, you could almost make the argument that it did break the plane of the goal. It came off the inside, and you know, nobody that was a principal on the field made any kind of adjustment. So
it rang the pipe so much so that it lifted it.
Yeah.
Empty goal behind them. Will they take a shot? Oh, the whistle stops them. The Indians recover. Working their way back inside. Number 11, Luke Andrews. Mason Doyle controlling the rock. Had space and opportunity with a shot that goes across the goal face.
Yeah, got the shot turned over his head, came down vertical over his, over his head, and not the best volume of shot, but nice shot nevertheless. But just lifted his hands, his defenseman did, and obstructed that shot, forced the top side.
Man, I am just not going to be able to look down at my roster at all. Every time I look down, I hear a yell from the crowd. I'm like, what did I miss?
Yeah.
Trying to look down at my notes here for just a quick second. Just showing you the pace that this game has started with. We're already at the 6-minute mark. Yetzke with the pass back inside. Great rear check. Making him rethink it.
Yeah, Gagliardi, felt pressure on the backside and
Woof. Way to step in front of that one for number 64, Mason Kempf. Uh-oh. Turnover right in the face, and nothing you can do about that. Sloppy recovery on the other side for Keller, and they give up a goal to the Rangers.
Yeah, Lake Alexander plays on the doorstep here on this clear. Just gets his stick up, gets a little bit on it where he can work with, and as the Keller goalie resettles, Kemp just got burned, basically with his footwork on the clear. But you don't want to, on that turnover, you're not expecting a 3-foot shot to come back at you.
Johnny on the spot, Lake Alexander with the score. Whistles. Going to give offsides here, and we're going to go the other way with Keller. Knotted up at 2. Again, fast and furious is the pace. Mason Doyle. Defended by Tanner Wilson. Keller running back across the defense. And Cooperman. It's a wind up on that shot by number 11, Luke Andrews. Oof, that was close by Mason Doyle. What a shot, rings the pipe.
That unmoored the pipes.
Holdridge working down inside. Boy, and that one right at the feet of Brady Croft. Croft with the save.
And Jesuit very disciplined on the clear. Croft to get it out, pushes it up to his wings. They reset, and they get their personnel aligned. But you're going to see this discipline out of Jesuit, where they know what they're going to do, and they have sub packages ready to go, and they anticipate the stop, and they're going to come forward. But nice discipline from Jesuit on that.
Jesuit inside as the Momchill.
That's who it was.
Trying to work the clear are the Indians, and great pressure being presented by the Rangers. Loose ball. Croft all the way out.
Yeah, Croft comes back on as an escape on the backside, and if you're wondering where all these great goalies come from, Jesuit, they are stacked deep with them, and Chris Saran was quite the goalie in his college playing days, and still has that focus, and whether it's education or kids showing up to learn from one of the best, that's how it happens.
They get a more. He is pushed out of bounds at the scorer's table. As the Rangers now with another possession. 2:10 left in the first quarter. Rangers going from left to right. So get a wind-up on that shot from Miles Jamison. Back to Shaner. Back to Jamison. Jamison working to get his hands free, righty to left, and boy, that was from about 12 yards out, a dart.
Yeah, Jamison with a nice roll through, feels this pressure on his backside. See him set his feet. Feels that pressure, rolls around, knows that's open. He already took a quick peek at the goalie placement and knew where he had to go.
And the ability to shoot with either hand on display here, and that's a great job by number 30, Miles Jamison. Go in at the face-off. Keller, Rangers ahead by a score. Yeski back down low. Pass to number 24, Binion. Campiti back to number 17, Gagliardi. Woo, what a shot from 17.
You see him set up, feet outside.
Yes.
Nobody on him, feet set. All he had to do was address the goal and know where he was going to put it.
Nash Chambers back down at the face-off.
And Mason Kemp, he's down there at these extended one-on-ones and having to play guess.
Back Cheatham. Flag comes out.
Flag down.
Let's check the flag. Looks like that it's going to be Kyle Owens.
Keller, number 2. Illegal body check. 1 minute.
So they get the illegal body check on Kyle Owens. Man up opportunity for for the Rangers that are already up by 2 scores here in the first, and that's a turnover. Not the way that you want to take it. Well, that was tipped.
Jesuit should retain. There's one of the Keller goalies, number 28, got in the way on that, and good lane exposure from him to get the stick up and shut down that passing lane. Unfortunately, nobody there to pick it up on the backside, and Jesuit retains possession and gets the goal.
And another score on the far side. Alex Jimenez with the score for the Rangers. Boy, and the Rangers up by 3. Talk about the fast and furious pace. I think Rangers embracing the pace. It's giving their shooters an opportunity to tee off here on number 64, Mason Kemp.
Well, Jesuit's going to get where they need to be, and they can get there fast, and they've shown that.
Pax Fields.
Keller with a much-needed possession.
Yeah, they get the possession, but too little too late. That's the end of the first quarter. Yes, That is the end of the first quarter. The Keller Indians 2 and Dallas Jesuit 5. We take a break for the end of the first quarter and return to action for the beginning of the second here on Game on Sports.
It's not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, who strives valiantly so that his place shall never be what those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Since the beginning of time, fortune has favored the bold, and for over a century, we've been honored to bank them. Vista Bank. Entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Don't forget that special gift for Mom.
Action set to start here for the beginning of the second quarter. Ekman Harrison alongside Jim Dixon. Please make sure you like and subscribe to Game on Sports. Game on Sports providing all of the THSLL lacrosse. And here for championship weekend. And JD, the THSL has taken us to Dripping Springs and parts of Houston. And we've been all over the place, bud.
I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert air, man. Breathe the mountain air, man.
It's Mother's Day weekend. Rare fumble of the ball, and that's going to give. I said turnover is going to give it right back to the Rangers.
Yeah, they're going to reset here.
Trying to work the spin move was Lake Alexander. Landon Drilling defending. Winding up for a shot before you actually secure the pass. That's on Jimenez. Ball out of bounds. Going to get the possession going the other way. Great job by the Keller defense.
Great pressure on that ground ball pursuit.
Pass. Maybe a little bit of nerves on the other side for the Indians here early. But these guys got to settle into their offense. 10 minutes left here in the first half.
They got the ball in the right pocket right now.
Hold on to your drink. That one's going to the third row.
That was low to high.
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 Mason Doyle working inside, and Doyle had an opportunity trying to catch that near side pipe, but just overshot it.
Yeah, even that extra step would have taken him out of the shot. He took the shot at the right time, just into a narrow goal face. Right idea, and see if that opportunity prevails itself again.
Sansone turning back inside. That one ricochets into the body of a Jesuit defender. Great check, taking that one off the head of the stick before he can wind up for the shot. Fast break opportunity here by Scar.
Rangers are going to reset, get the personnel package right, and get the right tools in the right box.
Campiti. What a pass. Wow, Lake Alexander with another goal.
Yeah, Alexander fills in right where the slide went and finds himself wide open. He's going to come back through the backside. Just settles into the right in the middle of that, and nobody on him and on the doorstep.
Back down at the face-off. Another one taken by the Rangers. Oof. Off the pipe.
That unmoored. Oh, nice little pickup, Johnny, on the spot. It's Carlson coming out of coverage.
Uh-oh, Cheatham running off. Mason Doyle with the pass from behind X. Gets it to Holdridge. Way to sit in the pocket for Brady Croft.
Croft says, thank you. Croft set up exactly right. And unfortunately, they can't clear.
Oh, wow. Rex Holdridge running through contact.
This is a physical affair.
Yeah, I'd say. So man up opportunity coming here for the Indians if they don't score. Beautiful shot, but it ricochets back up. Taken by Ty Holdridge.
Keller really looking to double dip here.
There's your whistle and the penalty. What a pace.
Yeah.
What a pace.
You said in our first quarter's over, and I looked up and I'm like, what?
What a pace.
What?
Wow.
It can't be. The first quarter was over.
It is. Cleanly played, not a lot of penalties, but although we stopped for this last one.
Very physical play, and these guys are, they're freshmen and sophomores. They're playing physical.
Working to keep another possession. Keller having to fight for everything. Briggs with the pass inside to Mason Doyle. Doyle misses the mark wide left.
Briggs, nice heads up play. Feels that defense suck down in on him, and tosses back up top. And
there's the score. Landon
Drilling finding that lane to come in. As Jesuit was kind of spun around, working the backside.
6:01 here in the second, and it is 6-3. Again, head right back down to the face-off. Another win by Nash Chambers.
Chambers again just winning the clamp, and I'm sure he was not taking notes from the previous game, but he does not fill the space.
No,
but he certainly does win the clamp.
He does. Another opportunity to think about it. Back inside for a shot from Gagliardi. Lake Alexander bringing the ball in from the inline. Great pass over the top of the defense. Trying to chase down the loose ball is number 24, Andrew Binion.
Nice pressure from Keller.
That's Cooper Glaze.
Cooper Glaze is very active on that series.
Back over the top, and Gagliardi trying to sneak him, running across the crease, and he's leaving without a stick. Let's see, his stick left without him.
Well, he had something came apart. Yeah, it looked like the butt end fell off, but the bottom part of that thing broke.
Let's see, we get a reset.
Pause for a shot clock reset.
4:44 left here in the first half as they reset the shot clock. Miles Jamison back to Binion. Binion hands free. Shot attempt over the top of the cage. Jameson waiting on an opportunity, running to the far side goal line extended.
Nice pressure from Keller out on the perimeter.
Yeah, that's Kyle Owens doing a good job. He has a shorty matchup, running right through that pressure.
Again, just shutting those lanes down, restricting this movement for Jesuit. They're handling everything they throw at them.
Owens defending. Working on the shorty matchup, and that one goes behind the goal. Whistles. There's the whistle. 3:18 left here in the first half, and the Rangers all business. As we see, they've had pretty much in the latter part of the second quarter, owning the time of possession and also getting multiple shots up on goal.
Yeah, I mean they are dictating the pace, and Keller is unfortunately put in the position of having to answer. But that third goal that came about 2.5 minutes ago, very timely, but still can't close the deal. You can't, Jesuit got the Rangers just got out to a run a little quick.
Both timeout taken as you see the Keller Indians down by 3. If I'm Keller, the last couple of minutes, I want to try and bite into this lead.
Yeah, they need a possession. They need to score and start nibbling away at this thing before half. But they're throwing pressure at Jesuit. Jesuit is able to respond.
Lake Alexander back out to Bino. 2-man game. Lake trying to make a pass without the ball. Like a shot clock violation here on the Rangers.
Shot clock violation.
Possession going the other way. Kai Fields with the pass. Keller trying to fight for the loose ball. Stay on this one.
Yeah, Goostrey jumped that pass for Jesuit and broke that thing up, and very fortunate for the Indians to get across midfield and roll in the offensive zone. They need to take care of the pill here, and they need to work and get a shot off just like that.
Well, you dial it up. And next thing you know, they are hitting the back of the net, and that's Rex Holdridge. Both the Holdridge brothers with a score here early in the first half. And that is just what the doctor ordered for the Indians. A score, as you see it right there on the replay.
Well, heck, but what I've discovered, if I filibuster long enough, something will happen and I'll look like an expert.
Well, you did right there. How about that? What a way to fight for the ball as Nash Chambers trying to take advantage at the faceoff.
Gavin Riley with a solid pickup off the wing.
Jimenez with a pass to Kowalewski. .153 left here in the first half as the Indians with the score. Boy, inside, how about that from Kemp? Kemp standing on his head.
Nice work from him.
On the fast break, Briggs. Looking at about a 20-second difference between game and shot clock. Running around screens, hands open. That one bouncer over the top of the cage from Landon Driller.
Jesuit resettles, get the matchup on defense that they want with a pole in the center of the field.
Rex Holdridge trying to run back top side. The double team coming immediately. Hands free. Another shot attempt. Great job by Croft.
Croft, great to step out, make the stop. Unfortunate to get it settled in the net. But again, the Rangers, Johnny on the spot on these 50-50 balls.
And both of these goalies doing a wonderful job. 28 seconds left here in the first half as Jesuit up by 2 scores. It's kind of evened out as far as pace. It looks like, the Indians for 1 second, man, they just started to look like the Dallas Jesuit was taking it to them, owning the time of possession and the ground balls, but they have made up the difference here, getting another score, bringing it to within 2 scores, but 28 seconds is an eternity.
Yes, very true. And what the Indians were doing, Jesuits controlling the ball in the offensive zone, but they're playing solid defense. They're getting after these ground balls, and they're able to convert. They're scoring quick, and I like the attitude and the composure from the Indians. Both these squads are really young, and you're asking a kid that some of these kids aren't driving, and they're making full boat decisions on their own, and you gotta like the trajectory of these programs and Keller's in particular.
Both teams making their way back onto the field. 28 seconds left. Make sure you stay tuned for the post-game activities as the championship trophies will be awarded. Also have Brett with Game On Sports handing out MVPs. Yeah, shiny belt buckles. Belt buckle?
That's what I'm told. I haven't physically ID'd one yet. Nice shot high to high. Trying to get that top third and just cast a little high.
Gagliardi with the shot as 6 seconds now on the clock. Jimenez left side, easy. And that is the end of the first half. JD, what are your thoughts on this first half?
This is an outstanding game. Both these squads are matched up and really countering each other on the fly well. Nobody's been able to step up, and this may be another nail biter comes down to last possession.
Exactly what the doctor ordered, another nail biter. We'll take a break for halftime and return for the beginning of the third quarter here on Game On Sports.
It's not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, who strives valiantly so that his place shall never be what those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Since the beginning of time, fortune has favored the bold, and for over a century, we've been honored to bank them. Vista Bank. Entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
set to begin for the THSLL Class B State Championship. Heckma Harrison here alongside Jim Dixon, and what a fast and furious first half we had, Jim. First half finished so quickly, I don't think you believed it.
I looked up and it was halftime, but I tell you what, this pace is outstanding. But the other thing is both squads are playing really clean.
If I can remember, I think we only had about 2 penalties in that first half.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, but very, very clean. Both squads, just getting after it.
Here we go.
Going after that loose ball as Keller push with possession. The referee trying to figure out which way we're going. Like
he had to resettle himself.
Reset.
And look at Jesuit to come out as they reset and look for those exact right shots. Be a little patient, and that's one of the benefits you have with a 2-goal lead, but you got to take care of things.
Trying to work that one back to the inside. Great job.
Again, that's Keller's defense, jumping in those lanes. These deep holes are doing a great job in shutting down these passing lanes and shooting lanes.
Another opportunity here for the Indians, and I'm sure they probably made some, that Coach Anderson made some adjustments at halftime. Right now, just probably being more crisp with their passing. Also getting quality shot attempts on goal. Luke Andrews trying to run around the screen. They keep the possession. Nope, still working for the ground ball. They do. Well, 25 seconds now on the shot clock. Holdridge.
Yeah, outstanding play from Holdridge, playing physical off ball.
Working back inside, but that's not going to reset the shot clock, which is at 12 seconds.
Yeah, drilling, getting his hands up on that elevated shot, unable to convert.
And Brady Croft stepping out of the crease. Benio to Yeski. .934 here in the third quarter. Dallas Jesuit up by 2 over the Keller Indians. Flag coming out on the far side. Maybe a slashing penalty. And I do believe that is...
Yeah, a little physical above the neck, and again, we've talked about it. These guys are going to fall on the side of safety.
Penalty on number 33, Keller. It's a slash, 1 minute.
So the 60-second slash penalty on Schmitz. Now let's see if the Rangers can take advantage. Working inside, look there, they found him. Boy, they worked really hard to get that one inside, and they do. And Thomas Gagliardi, all he has to do is spin and shoot. As you see the replay coming up here, Dallas Jesuit 7, Keller 4.
Yeah, he settles in up on the doorstep, just right there on the welcome mat. Flashes outside. Just a quick little turnaround. Gets to the pipe before the goalie, and just how you draw it up.
So the man-up offense working for the Rangers as they clock in another score to start things off here in the second half. They'll win at the face-off for Nash Chambers. There is a scrum. They'll get a push. Push with possession. Wow, but possession's going to stay with the Rangers.
Right in front of the Keller faithful, too.
I don't think they agree with it.
They disagreed.
Hudson Yeski. Jimenez set up like a charm. That one ricochets off of the helmet of Mason Kemp.
Yeah, Kemp stepped out.
Oh, loose ball. Keller had an opportunity. And you talk about quick hands.
You're going to have to see this on replay. It was nice. Fakes up high.
Wow.
Fakes up high and is able to get Kemp to commit and then rolls in low on him.
I mean, here's a loose ball, and it rolls right to the crease, but he just picks and pops.
Yeah, ground balls, loose ground balls in that area are always that takes years off a coach's life.
All right, so it wasn't just our guy in the last game. We got another stick check going on over there at the 50-yard line.
We always check the
Absolutely.
equipment. Want to keep everybody legal.
Check these sticks. So far, Dallas Jesuit has come out here in the second half on fire, now leading by 4, extending their lead up by 2 at half, and pouring on 2 more goals here in the third quarter. Back at the face-off is Nash Chambers.
The officials' conclave was convened, and the equipment was then dispersed back to the teams.
So did that mean that there was billowing white smoke coming through the for the approval?
For the approval of the sticks. Great job by Keller to jump the lane.
Nico Sanson working on the far side, and that's a turnover going the other way. Oh, wow. Not how you want to do that, right?
No.
Working inside, trying to hit him with the roller. Like the intention on that from Landon Drilling. Loose ball, if they can work for it. Mason Doyle may have had an opportunity. Running into pressure.
Keller picks up the ground ball and just runs into just a ton of traffic. Now they've got some space to work in.
Space to work in, opportunity to play with. Talk about a squad that needs a goal badly here in the second half. Mason Doyle controlling the rock from behind X. They get it back top side. Free hands, 37.
37 with the shot, chest ball.
Rex Holdridge.
Keller keeps the ball.
Screen coming from Holdridge. A little BTB action.
Shot wide again, Keller.
Luke Andrews, another flag coming out here. Great chase down by Drilling. So a man-up opportunity coming for the Indians. Working inside, boy, fighting.
Croft's doing a very good job about closing these lanes down. Great positioning.
Here's a man-up opportunity. Tripping penalty. Turner Wilson takes a seat over in the sin bin. And 5:19 left here in the third quarter. Rotation is on, trying to find a man camped out on the doorstep. Keep my eyes on number 21, Landon Drilling.
Jesuit closing up that middle.
Yes.
Playing very aggressive out on the perimeter.
Another shot attempt.
Ball stays with Keller.
Credit Riley and Wilson on shutting the lanes down, coming out. Great footwork from these defenders.
Oof. Trying to make that one over the top of the cage, and it's going to roll back the other way.
Fair pass ball. Possession, Jesuit.
Jesuit with the possession, 4:33 in the third. And the tripping penalty has been burned by the Rangers as we are all knotted up. Another shot from Gagliardi.
Possession safe for Rangers.
Yeah, 30 seconds on the shot clock for the Rangers.
Crisp movement.
Cam Pitty. Jimenez. Coming right out defensively. Great job. There's the shot they are looking. Finally, the rotation was on long enough for them to find the open shooter, and Campiti, number 42, there for the shot.
that was probably their second choice. Their first choice, they were looking for that spin-off on Shaner, and great defense from Keller, but not quick enough to recover to the near side. And nice goal from Jesuit. Great possession.
Very patient, methodical. Loving the way that they went about their business on that last possession. Cheatham.
And that's unfortunate because that was a win for Keller off the face-off, and those haven't been coming down like raindrops today.
No, Nash Chambers doing a good job at the face-off, and that ball goes out of bounds, and the ball is, I guess now, the Rangers returning the favor. Long pole goal and an answer. I believe that's Jacob Carlson.
Yeah, Carlson drifted in, and as they're resetting, found himself in a hole and got himself elevated to take advantage of the placement of the goalkeeper.
That's one of those goals that just stopping the bleeding here. 2:58 left in the third. Uphill climb now for the Indians, but that is the score that they needed to help them. There's Chambers again, as we just discussed.
Yeah, Cheatham was able to keep him off balance a little bit and making him work, but Jesuit ends up with the possession regardless.
Miles Jamison controlling the rock, top of the offense. Being blanketed by Kyle Owens.
Yeah, Owens just shut that alley down.
His turnover. Owens slips, loses the possession. Oh, how unfortunate for the Keller Indians.
Yeah, Owens a little frustrated with himself on that.
Hudson Yeski. Back top side, great defense by number 2. Hands open.
Bounce out, just watch.
Yeah, Jesuit's going to roll into this rotation, see if they can make something happen, and that was the opportunity.
Jamison with a great pass. Somebody's got to be open. You got 3 Indians chasing. Flag coming out there as didn't see it, but there is a penalty.
Penalty on White, number 14 for interference. 30 seconds.
Cooper Glaze hit with the penalty. Minor infraction, 30 seconds. Still down by 4. Kemp stepping right up front and taking that one out of the air.
Yeah, Keller unable to convert. They are taking on an awful lot of pressure.
Hudson Briggs able to hustle and make the pass. Another flag coming out here at the end. I think they're going to get Hudson Briggs with the push.
A little chirping going on.
Oh, yeah.
Post check. And
yeah.
The Jesuit coaches are down there to get everybody back in order.
Keller, number 4, Hudson Briggs.
And Hudson Briggs is the man with the penalty. A man-up situation here. This is the end of the third quarter. Fourth and final quarter is up. Who wants to be the THSLL Class B champion? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the beginning of the fourth quarter here on Game On Sports.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Fourth quarter of action set to begin. As the Keller Indians down by 4. And Jim, they're going to have to put their foot on the gas pedal if they're going to win a state title.
They need to do something post haste and deal with this offensive juggernaut that Jesuit has basically commandeered here as the second half. And on this rotation, they have been lethal. They've pretty much controlled the ball and the pace. And as I said that.
There you go. Right on time.
Right on time.
Kai Fields bringing the ball inbounds, getting it out to his goalie, Kemp.
Kemp, nice quarterbacking on this clear.
Yes, he did. 21 trying to get back top side. Elects to pass. Whistle and offsides penalty.
Possession, Jesuit.
Miles Jameson with rock. Back to Kowalewski. Loose ball here, taken by the Indians. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Now feeling the pressure from behind is 96.
Jesuit just swarming those lanes.
Wow. Can't take advantage of the miscues for the Rangers or the Indians. Another opportunity offensively here. Rangers working. Trying to get that bouncer past Kemp as he kick saves out of bounds. Looking at time here, 9:26.
They'll make him restart down in the corner.
Oof, Kai Fields out defending. They're going to get Kai Fields for the slashing penalty. Another flag.
Check.
A little bit of frustration starting to show here by the Keller.
Yeah, they're feeling the time ticking on their backs and trying to make something happen.
So I'm guessing that they got Kai Fields for the slashing penalty. As Colton Smith. Well, that's number 8.
Yeah, they're both in. There was a cross check on this far side after the slash.
White 71 slash 100.
Don't know if there's a relationship here, but we got Pax Fields and Kai Fields. Oh, wow. So you're down 3.
Yeah.
Penalty 8 White, misconduct. Third penalty 33 White.
So Cooper Glaze went back to talk to his goalie and instructed him to stand on his head for the next minute.
Yeah. Good luck, bro, is what that was. If you offer any support. Cam Petty bringing the ball inbounds for the Rangers. All right, so only down 2.
Kemp was a nice, timely stop, unable to settle it in his net and gets a save, but has an extended possession.
All right, so you burn the penalties now, and we're all knotted up. And what a flag. .7:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Gagliardi The pass back to Jimenez. Jimenez working from behind X, looking for Cutter. Finds one right in close, and now we're going to get the whistles to find out what the flags were all about.
Yeah, unfortunately.
3 flags on the ground.
Unfortunately, kind of handcuffed Alexander Lake heading down that lane, and that might have made him pay. But I think 2 of them, there's 2 down, right?
So 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God! A Tom Jones concert broke out while I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. That's an age-specific joke right there. And unfortunately, I got it. Unfortunately.
Oh well, you're an old soul, Heckma.
And Kai Fields is in the back to the sin bin. He's just like, I just got out, and I'm right back in.
Well, I think whatever happened, it was a penalty because we had one flag on each side of the field, so they did concur.
Man up here for the Rangers. Rotation on at Gagliardi. Back to Jimenez.
Jesuit really trying to make the clock their friend right now.
As they should. As they should. What do you say? Not get a shot off to about 15 seconds? Well, there you go. You make it happen. And Hudson Yeski with the score, working basically right to left.
Yeah, Yeski comes down this alley here, finds his opening, and then goes right where Kemp had settled and moved to.
And as you said, you know, the Rangers making time their friend, and right at about 15 seconds is when they shot that one. So taking the time off and the score and going up by 5. And it is working like a charm for Coach Hank Likes. There's an errant pass going to roll out of bounds. Possession now.
Should be Keller ball.
Back to going to the Indians. Stoppage and play, yes. It's Keller's ball.
Great pressure on that on defense from Keller, rewarded, but great pressure off the face-off. They had 4 bodies on the on the pass.
Almost another costly turnover.
Great play from number 28, Jacob Carlson, to keep that thing alive for them.
He's going to have to make another.
He's going to get lucky again.
Alex Jimenez just tries to assist him with the push.
And what you want to do on that in that situation is get him set up, leaning forward, put a little pressure on him, and then just back off and let him fall. You don't have to push him, but
another turnover.
Yeah, Jesuit just jumping these lanes.
And Lake Alexander missed the penalty there.
Ball back to Keller.
Finally clear for the Indians. Briggs trying to fight for it.
Briggs coming in late, shot out of a cannon at the ball, trying to get the ground ball and muck things up. And
costly turnover. They have nope, can't get it. Boy, that was one that Keller absolutely needed. They would have had numbers and an opportunity to bring this to within 4.
And the sub package saves the day for Jesuit.
Boy, does it ever. Saves him again.
Saves him again.
A valiant fight by the Keller Indians, but Rangers just too much in this Class B championship.
And we've talked about the crowds today, and Keller showed up strong.
Yes.
The parents drove themselves in because they bussed in.
Yeah.
They showed up in a bus, but Jesuit showed up, and they're winning the student section. I'll hand them that. But there's an awful lot of co-eds wearing Jesuit stuff, and these guys aren't old enough to have girlfriends, so I think those are sisters.
There's the sisters?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go with that. But either way, the fans are faithful for Dallas Jesuit showed up as well.
They have showed up strong. And if this is what you have coming up behind what the Double A had, you got a juggernaut on your hands.
You got some you're pretty strong.
Yeah,
pretty strong. Kyle Owens just taking matters into his own hands down here.
Ball turns over to Keller.
Possession going the other way. Nifty.
Nice move to open up. Keller not wasting any time.
But this has been the tale of this game.
Yeah.
Passes going out of bounds and just getting to the point in the game where you're, basically not giving yourself any chances.
Yeah, the execution is really disrupting the game plan for Keller.
Whistles blowing on the side as a minute 40 timeout called by the Rangers. Coach likes. And just a great performance here by the Dallas Jesuit Rangers. They came in, and even though they were threatened at certain points in the game by the Indians, they found a way to regroup, corral, but also the advantage that they had at the faceoff, allowing them to dominate time of possession as well. There's a theme going here in these games with wins at the faceoff and times of possession. But I applaud them in the way that they took this on, because obviously the shot attempts on goal, their ability to, really just get into the teeth of the defense constantly, they overwhelmed the Indians at parts in this game.
Yeah, they have, and they really forced the Indians into rushing, getting out of their game, and not being able to execute. But cannot discount at all the fact that the Keller Indians are here in this final and playing for, having the opportunity to play for a state championship. They're not far removed from winning a state championship. Probably, I think about 7-8 years ago. And going through the ebbs and flows of a public school in THSLL, it's not a UIL sport. It's very it's only self-supported, and these guys, to come back and see the numbers that they have in this program is a credit to them and what they're doing for lacrosse in Northeast Tarrant County.
Yeah, the sport is continuously growing. But I echo everything that you just stated. Right now, this is what you call just running the clock. So if we're going to pick some players of the game here, I'm going to say that the offensive MVP, I'm going to go with number 26, Hudson Yeski. 2 goals and 2 assists. And also number 15, Nash Chambers, who basically dominated the face-off.
Yeah, for sure, and he set the tone for the Rangers to be successful.
And 15 seconds here. Please make sure you hang around for the post-game trophy presentations. Be awarding the belt buckle.
And the fun thing is, Rhett gets these guys on the feed talking, and you got a young man who's 15, 16 years old talking on a TV. Yeah. You never know what it's exciting. It's more exciting than this game, maybe, but it's exciting.
As Dallas Jesuit is your THSLL Class B champion. As the helmets and sticks litter the field in the celebration. The guys in navy and gold doing an excellent job.
And there is our man, Cade. He's on pickup duty on field.
Cade is also on pickup duty.
Man, that guy, he's chief cook and bottle washer around here.
He's going to sleep like a baby tonight.
I know.
As we await, both teams will come out to the 40-yard line as we await the trophy presentation. Absolute treat of a game that we got here in the Class B.
I tell you what, I'm working my memory bank, and it just seemed like we were facing off just a minute ago.
No, this one went fast. This one went entirely too fast.
And the parties are going to shake hands. This could take a week.
Just based off of
just sheer numbers.
Just the numbers.
Just the sheer numbers could take a while. But congratulations to Dallas Jesuit. These guys are they are in the program. They are getting their feet wet, and freshmen and sophomores, and you're going to see them matriculate up, and congratulations to Keller being here, with the growth and resurgency that they've had in their program. It's outstanding to see.
And the numbers that came out, they competed as Dallas Jesuit makes their way over to their fan base.
And I would hope the lion's share of that party are the guys that were playing at AA yesterday, and supporting their program and the future of their program.
Great job by those guys as they make their way over to the 40. So you see the Keller Indians making their way over to the 40, and it's a slow walk for the Indians, but I tell you what, nothing to hang their heads about, because these guys competed their tails off, and the parents are in the stands happy and nothing but proud of these guys for what they've accomplished this season.
Well, and I know in the immediate it's not the outcome you want, but I think after a couple of days of reflection and take an opportunity to take a breath and realize what they've done, just an outstanding opportunity for them and a great place for them to grow from.
Hudson Yetzke is the offensive MVP.
Our defensive MVP from Dallas Jesuit, number 31, Joey Dolly.
And Joey Dolly is your defensive MVP for Jesuit. They got to show some love here.
And our overall MVP from Dallas Jesuit, number 15,
Nash Chambers. Hey, he's not the bear, but I tell you what, he was a booger out there, wasn't he?
He's not somebody I'd tangle with.
No.
But true, he is not the bear.
And he did an excellent job.
Presenting your 2025 Class B runner-up trophy to the Keller Indians.
The runner-up trophy being presented to the Keller Indians. Great season for those guys, and nothing to hang their heads about, because again, they played their tails off.
I tell you what, future looks bright over there for those guys.
It absolutely does. And there is the championship trophy.
Coaches want no part of it.
Give it to the players.
Let's give a big round of applause for these young men out there.
What a great job by Dallas Jesuit, and the Class B championship is
State championship with the Austin High School Maroons.
they have won the state title, deservedly so. As players make their way over to Rhett Cannon. And Rhett, we'll send it down to you.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's Rhett Cannon with Game On Sports Network. I am here with the MVPs of the Class B State Final. Guys, congratulations. You had an amazing season. Just one loss on the season, right? You're taking them all the way to state. Some young guys on this team. You guys should be very proud of yourself. Nash, congratulations. There's the MVP drip for you and the player of the game by 6 feathers. So, Nash, you were 14 of 17. You absolutely cooked today. What are you thinking when you go to the X? I know these guys are bigger, sometimes they're stronger, but you're very quick off that clamp. A lot of pinch and pops. What does this win mean to you?
It's pretty fun. I'm a little happy.
Really quick, go guys, go get the picture. We got Joey Dooley, player of the game for the defense, 5 caused turnovers. Nash Chambers, overall MVP, 14 of 17. Hudson Yeski, number 26, 2 goals, 2 assists. We'll get him back here in a second. Coach wanted him for the team picture. We're figuring it out as we go. All right, Hudson, 2 goals, 2 assists. I got to see you play yesterday. You're a quarterback out there. You're a lefty, right? Great player. A lot of good plays today. What does this win mean to you, and what does Jesuit lacrosse mean as a whole?
It means everything to me. We've been working all year for this, together as a family. I mean, Jesuit's all about the brotherhood, and we just worked together and got the job done at the end of the day.
Congratulations. You played phenomenally. Joey, 5 caused turnovers. You were giving those boys a hell of a time. What are you thinking when you're throwing those stick checks, getting yourself in position?
I just do it. I don't know.
Just let the game come to you?
I just don't even think about it.
Hey, well, your moms are watching, and it's Mother's Day. You want to say something?
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Congratulations, guys. Great job. God bless you.
Thanks, Red, for those great interviews. And this was an incredible game. And your Class B champion, THSLL champion, is the Rangers from Dallas Jesuit. Want to thank everyone involved in this one, our camera crew, sound man Cookie, for keeping us crisp and clear. Want to thank you all and wish you all happy Mother's Day. God bless you, and good afternoon.